Hello everyone, welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Will Austin Gatlin Holt survive this vicious attack? The General Hospital recap for Friday, November 17, 2023, involves a violent attack that leaves Austin bleeding out and battling for his life. Highlights from the General Hospital recap. In this episode, Carly came to a terrible conclusion. Laura made Jordan an offer she couldn't refuse, and Trina wrestled with her future. Let us now delve a little deeper into the details. Austin resolved to do the right thing and showed up to the station, ready for a deal. He promised Dante that he would confess everything and hand over the big boss, but only if his conditions were met. He sought immunity and the assurance that he wouldn't have to testify. He was, after all, putting his life in danger. Dante was obviously hesitant to donate that much. He offered the potential of mercy but not much else. However, the more he listened to Austin's pleadings, the more he softened. He eventually promised to do what he could. Unfortunately, Austin's concerns about his own personal safety were justified. He headed home to think about his alternatives, but when he entered through the door, he noticed he wasn't alone. "What are you doing here?" was all he could say before several gunshots were fired. Later, Robert arrived at the station after speaking with Felicia about Anna. He was startled to hear how willing Austin was to give up the things and urged Dante to cut the deal. They had no idea Austin was laying in a pool of blood and had been left for dead on his living room floor. Meanwhile, Laura had a lovely meeting with Jordan to discuss the latter's job as deputy mayor. Jordan was given the role on a more permanent basis. Jordan was flattered, but stated she needed to think about it. Cyrus interrupted the meeting with excellent news. He's found work. Sure, it's just washing dishes, but hey, it's honest work, right? It's a good start to a new life. Unfortunately, his performance began to work on Laura. Thankfully, once alone, Jordan corrected her. Cyrus was a violent man who committed heinous crimes. Once a con, always a con. Even better, the conversation provided Jordan more clarity, and she accepted Laura's offer. Carly declined an offer. She realized she didn't have the funding after a lengthy, difficult conversation with Michael and Willow. And no matter how many times Michael offered, she refused. She was determined to reclaim her valuable business on her own. Sunny questioned Nina about her offer to Carly over at the Metro Court. Nina explained that it was simply a gesture of goodwill. She and Carly may never be friends or get along, but this was a start in the right direction. Sunny eventually delivered the story hook, line, and sinker. Spencer came to the dorm hoping to catch a peek of Trina, but instead got a stern talking to from Joss. She put it all out for him. Trina was an 11-tenths upset. Flowers wouldn't help, and Spencer needed to get his act together. What does he want out of life? Does he want Trina or a life with Esm and AC? At the same time, Curtis and Marshall shared similar sentiments. Curtis acted as the devil's advocate when it came to Spencer and Ace. Wasn't it reasonable for Spencer to want to take the lead? Trina had to decide what she wanted and what she was ready to give up. Can she be with Spencer if he continues to be so close to his ex? Did Ned Quartermaine learn about Michael and Drew's ELQ plan, life decisions, a prospective date, and Ned recalling how upset he is with a scheming Michael and Drew are among the General Hospital's spoilers for November 20, 2023. Highlights from General Hospital. Ned Quartermaine has regained all of his memories, including being innocent of tricking Drew and Carly into joining the SEC, and now he's determined to reclaim his former life. This means putting down his instrument and wearing a suit to resume his life in a high-stakes corporate world. After all, ELQ acquires him. Ned might get a harsh awakening. Why? Because he's about to face Michael and Drew, and he has no idea the two are plotting to take over ELQ. His relationship with them basically resumes as it left off before his amnesia. He's fed up with his Quartermaines. It doesn't take much for his annoyance with them to surface. Is it their grand scheme that irritates him, Or is it something else? Carly has been deliberating her options ever since Nina dangled her part of the Metro Court Hotel in front of her. She either accept her sworn enemy's offer or continue running Kelly's. While she states she isn't sure she wants to do both, she needs to figure it out because the moment has come for her to make a choice. Either she commits to doing what is best for her or she doubles down on discovering why Nina has given her this opportunity in the first place. Carly, knowing her, does both. Carly's daughter then makes her own decision. When it comes to her study partner Adam, Joss's perspective shifts. She's seen how worried he's over their next exam, and she knows that no matter how wonderful his grades are, they will never be good enough for his parents. She must believe his unpredictable conduct is a cry for help, so she acts accordingly. She chooses to assist a fellow pre-medical student. Is it going to backfire? Alexis is no longer a lawyer, but that doesn't mean she's forgotten everything she knows about the law. Dr. Finn seeks her advice and assistance, most likely in response to a potentially career-ending lawsuit. Blaze invites Christina to one of her recording sessions, emphasis on invites. Isn't that novel? The two are becoming closer, but Blaze asking Christina out, is this a significant step in their burgeoning relationship? Is this a real date? General Hospital teasers indicate that Hamilton Finn will soon receive catastrophic news that will knock him off his feet. It was enough for him to learn that his father, Gregory Chase, was dying. Being sued by the wife of a patient who died is a whole new load. Adding to that the news that Hayden Barnes, his daughter's mother, has died is going to kill him. While Violet will be devastated, Elizabeth Baldwin will find it difficult to hear as well. Nicholas Cassadine may not have been the perpetrator this time, but the late Victor Cassadine could be held responsible. How will Finn bounce back from this heartbreak with the woman he loves whose sister has died? What does this mean for Violet Finn's future given that her mother will never return? Fans are hoping for her re-emergence, but it appears that Hayden will never be seen again. Not anytime soon, at any rate. Violet's mother fled a few years ago after Nicholas scared her into hiding, convinced that someone was plotting to kill her. No one has been able to contact her since to inform her that Nicholas had been playing games all along. She could have returned home years ago, but she chose to stay on the run, and now her adventure will come to a horrific end. This will be Finn's hardest blow yet, and many are wondering if he will relapse to substance usage to cope with all of the pain around him. Meanwhile, everyone will be wondering who murdered Hayden. Many people may have had a motivation, but her family and loved ones have been so distanced from her life for the last several years that it will be difficult for any of them to say who took her out. However, given that Nicholas was the intended victim the last time, and he is responsible for driving her away, he could be to blame. Victor may be gone, but he will not be forgotten. His actions continue to create ripples in the lives of many Port Charles people. Charlotte Cassadine is paying the price for believing her grandfather's falsehoods, and Finn and his little girl may follow suit shortly. Could Victor have had a reason to remove Hayden from the situation and make Nicholas look like the bad guy? So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.